Hello, I'm George Anderson from runningbygeorge.com and welcome to another episode of Ron Hill's Run Every Day. Today I'm going to talk to you about refueling and rehydrating on the run. Now this isn't really something you need to be concerned with if you're running for less than an hour, but if you're training for a longer distance event or you're just going out for a longer run and it's going to take you longer than an hour, then you probably should be thinking about taking something with you to refuel with and to rehydrate with on the run. So today I'm going to talk very briefly about two things. I'm going to talk about what you should be eating and drinking, and I'm going to talk about how you can actually carry that with you on your person so you have it at the time when you need it the most. So first of all, let's talk about sports supplements and on the run nutrition, because there's a lot of choice out there with what you can take with you. There's the gels, there's the blocks, there's the drinks, and they nearly all have one thing in common, which is that they're very high in sugar. And it may come up as maltodextrin, or if you look at the ingredients, not necessarily sugars, but it'll come up as something like maltodextrin, or there'll be fructose in there, or dextrose, or sucrose, glucose. There'll be something in there that's going to raise your blood sugar levels, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's not always absolutely essential that you have something that will do that either. So without getting too complicated with it, I just want you to take away from this first part that you need to experiment with things. And sports supplements, the best thing that they have going for them is that they make things really easy. They're convenient. You just rip off the top and you suck away and there you go. Whereas if you're taking a banana or you're taking your own concoction, then you've got like foil wrappers, it's just a bit of a mess. So the key thing, and I'll talk about how to carry things with you in just a moment, the key thing is to practice playing around with and experimenting with different things to eat on the run. And I've tried everything from, I tried making these kind of weird rice cakey things once, which had rice and egg and chopped peppers and onion. I realized I was eating that, I ate this thing at sort of 6:30 in the morning on a very long run training session, and remembered I don't actually like onion in things, and so I made myself eat this thing, but it was had a horrible oniony taste in my mouth. So that wasn't a winner. I decided I'm not going to be doing that one again, or if I do, I won't use onions. But I've eaten baby food, the pouches of baby food, because they're quite convenient. Like, again, first time I did that was a bit of a mistake. I used a chicken casserole, and again, it was about 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, and I was eating a cold chicken casserole from a squeezy tube. That was an interesting experience. But you know what? How else are you going to learn if things work for you or not? So play around with things well away from any race that you may be training for. And like I said, this isn't really that necessarily unless you're running for over an hour anyway. But if you're doing a race, then don't just grab whatever they're giving away for free during the race, because that might have a reaction. You might have a reaction to that. It might upset your rhythm. It might give you bowel problems. You might be able to make loose stops. And you really don't want that. You want to practice first in the safety of the training grounds. That's the first thing. The second thing is, how do you carry this stuff with you? When I was doing a lot of long runs, when I was training for a 24-hour ultramarathon, I used a Camelback Ultra backpack, and it has the hydration pouch in the back as well. So I have a little straw that comes. I can just drink from the straw. I've got the pouch in the front. I can grab things out. If you don't have one of them, then the gels or similar are really easy. Normally, a lot of shorts will have little pockets you can pop them in, or you can get the belts that you can stick these gels in as well. Another way you can do it is to drive the route first, or get somebody else to drive the route ahead of you and position at a predetermined location, like your own fuel stop. So I've done this before where I've had my wife, she's driven off on an A to B run, and I've run there and then we've driven back together. But on the route, she's put things like a bottle of water and a banana, or a bottle of water and an energy bar. She's put these things on the route that I can then pick up and eat as I'm going. So you've got to experiment with these things, and you've got to play around with it. One of the things that I really found important for me when I was doing my 24-hour ultra was how much I needed to have something to look forward to. So it wasn't just the fuel that I needed to actually enjoy what I was eating and get excited about it as well. And if you like jelly babies and you really like, or you like jelly tots, then have jelly babies or jelly tots and have them with you and try eating them. See if they work. If that really floats your boat, then go with that. Just find something that you will look forward to. It's going to add a little bit of extra interest to the run. On a long run, it breaks it up quite nicely as well. It's like a reward for doing a certain distance or a certain time. And then see what kind of an effect it has on your energy levels. But don't feel like you have to be eating or taking on fuel. I've done many 20-mile runs without taking any fuel on whatsoever. But if you're running every day and you're running longer than an hour, then you definitely want to be taking something on, because that's going to have an impact on how you perform the next day. And that's really what you're eating for. You're fueling yourself for later on. You're not fueling yourself for now, you're fueling yourself for later on in the run, or for the run you're going to do the following day. So it's a huge topic. As you've probably noticed, there's loads and loads of sports supplement manufacturers out there with loads of different products. So just experiment, see what works for you, but don't worry about trying other things. And it doesn't have to be high sugar foods either. So you can play with whatever you want to, see what works, and then that's going to be your own personal blueprint for on-the-run nutrition. I'm George Anderson. Thanks very much for watching this video. If you want to share it, then please go ahead and share it. If you haven't already signed up for the Run Every Day, or you just want to check in, see how everybody else is getting on, then click the link below and that'll take you to the relevant page on the website. Otherwise, I will see you again on the next video. Bye for now.